I'm Diana Blass, a contributor with Nation's Restaurant News, on this episode of Industry Voices.
My name is Maeve Rochford. I am the executive chef and owner of Sugar and Scribe. We are a restaurant, bakery, and cakery located in La Jolla, California.
You may recognize Chef Maeve, a Food Network champion with an active social media presence. There's always something cooking in Chef Maeve's kitchen, and you might be surprised by what she cooks with.
The great thing about Oreo, it allows you to have something to start that's familiar for people, because sometimes getting people to take that first journey is a little difficult.
Today we'll chat with Chef Maeve about her latest Oreo-inspired dishes. We'll learn about the unique flavors that are trending with her customers.
I see people getting back to wanting to feed the child in them, because I think all those s'more flavors and the chocolate flavors is really great.
And why she sees these goods as a lifeline for her business.
God bless snacks during COVID, not only for my mental sanity and the well-being of others, because I would just start shoving things in my mouth so I wouldn't say what was on my mind. But also, that's when we came up with some of our best lines that we were able to ship.
I hope you brought your appetite. All those details coming up on this episode of Industry Voices. Oreo has been a top-selling cookie around the world for decades. Originally limited to just 2 flavors, today there are varieties to serve every local market. A flexibility that's come alive inside Chef Maeve's kitchen.
We have it in cakes. We have what we are calling the cookies and cream layer cake, and they're just little tiny baby cakes for 1 or 2 people that you pick up. But then we're also using it for our new French toast. We will make your French toast, we'll coat it in Oreo, then we batter it, then we fry it, and then you get it with a creme anglaise with Oreo. And then our bakery has something super, super fun. It's called the Ooey Gooey Magic Bar. So it's just this caramely, delicious, chocolatey goodness, and pretty on point for the summer.
And it's not just sweet dishes, you also have savory dishes that use Oreo flavors, which is super interesting. Tell us more about those.
At the moment, I don't see these huge pushes to be super healthy. We did a Guinness loaf, which is an Irish traditional loaf of bread. It's very savory. You would always use it with a beef stew. You certainly would never use it for peanut butter and jelly. But I randomly was I just wonder what, that dark Oreo would do to it if we put it in with the flour. And I have to tell you, spectacular. And in March, we did it just as a day, just for St. Patrick's Day. And I loved seeing people's faces when they were oh, and what's this? And I would say, it's Oreo cookie. And they're because people, I think sometimes we get trapped and we think oh, well, this only has to be sweet, when it doesn't have to be sweet.
So let's now talk about your innovation process. And it's interesting how you rely upon new and old trusted methods to develop your ideas. Tell us more about this market research process.
We definitely use both Instagram. We are very blessed here. We have 3 Food Network champions, myself, Ray, and Manny. We've all won different shows on Food Network. So I would say we certainly have a pull, especially when we unite as a force. Sending out well, what do you guys think if we did this? Or we'll film us, making something, and we'll ask people do you want to buy this? So we definitely look into that. Looking at TikTok videos, I think the people that are getting the most draw are the ones where it's you get the whole spectrum. This is how I started with it. This is what it was opening it. I tried it. And then a huge thing that we like to do, we go on field trips. We go to Candy Warehouse. We go to Vons. Where are things on shelves? Nobody does their research like grocery stores. If Vons has something in that middle section, when I walk down the cookie aisle, those are your #1 sellers. And then you get to it. You think, how can we keep the true nature of it, whether it's an Oreo or a Chips Ahoy, how do you keep that, but twist it into something that's super magical that, 90% of the people are going to think this is super great. You're always going to lose some on either end, but you go for the middle.
Now, during the pandemic, you began to accept online orders and shipped your goods to consumers. You say that pretty much saved your business when restaurants couldn't serve indoors. Why did you turn to Mondelēz brands to bring those goods to life?
They're really packed with flavor. So you can take something like a Rice Krispie treat, and once you we stack them and we fill them. So when we pour that Oreo into like the molten marshmallow, and then we put the Rice Krispie treats in it, my flavors are already like bam, like in your face, super strong. And it was really hard getting your hands on things. And so already having something that had a ton of flavor was great.
Well, interestingly, research has found that consumers have kept up those snacking habits since the pandemic, and they're even willing to spend a bit more in light of inflation. Oreo has topped the list in preferred brands, and it's not hard to understand why.
Worth having to go to the gym. Let's put it that way. That's how I qualify like how much I'm going to eat of something. And the ooey gooey bar, I eat a lot, so we've got to go to the gym a lot.
Well, you'll have to tell me the best workout then to burn it off, but I guess that's a story for another time.
It's an easy one. Just go swimming.
For more insights on how you can incorporate Oreo into your restaurant menu, check out MondelēzInternationalFoodservice.com. And for more interviews like this, stay with Nation's Restaurant News. Till next time, I'm Diana Blass.